Jalen Hurts' surgical summer continues. I mean, the boy is on fire, living a rock star life. Quinyon Mitchell holding it down against A.J. Brown in practice, getting some good reps, and he talks about why, you know what I mean, he loves going against A.J. Brown in practice. Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Yo, Jalen Hurts is continuing this surgical summer like no other, man. I mean, let's get into some of these notes from ESP, you know what I mean, on what's transpiring so far with the Philadelphia Eagles in training camp. It's just crazy to see the development of Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. So let's talk about it, man. Tuesday practice was it was a mixed bag for Jalen Hurts in the offense. The positives were obvious: 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for Jalen Hurts. The negative is he probably could and should have had more. The Eagles did plenty of red zone drills. As a result, Hurts had a high touchdown number, but there were still too many plays where the defense got the better of the offense. Hurts had to hold the ball twice on back-to-back plays in 7 versus 7 inside the red zone. That's a major win for the defense and a bad look for the offense. In another sequence, the defense held Hurts and the offense out of the red zone on 2 plays inside the 10. Another sequence where the offense should win. Still, even with some snaps, Hurts probably wants back. He still finished with 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. The 6 touchdowns is obviously noteworthy, but it's especially positive after the first team offense struggled in the red zone drills during the spring. Hurts still hasn't thrown an interception in camp, and he hasn't even really came close. The dude is surgical, man. The dude is completely, you know what I mean, in control of this offense. I've never seen Jalen Hurts look so good, man. You know what I mean? In training camp, nobody has really. So let's take a look at some of the numbers. Jalen Hurts, day 1, 15 out of 16 touchdown, no picks. Day 2, 15 out of 17, no touchdowns, no picks. Day 4, 18 out of 22, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Day 5, 10 out of 13, 1 touchdown, no picks. Day 6, 14 out of 21, 6 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, it's getting crazy spooky how good Jalen Hurts is. And the thing I want to say about this is he's starting to look comfortable, man. You see him hanging out with AJ and his family. You see him pulling up on a golf cart with Big Dom, crashing the interview with Nick Sirianni and Kay Adams. He's looking really, really comfortable, man. But, you know, I think the star today probably was Quinyon Mitchell, man. The Eagles defense had a monster day with the pads on. Quinyon Mitchell was locking up AJ Brown, according to some tweets, but come on, stop it. It's 8.
Yeah, just every day I come out and I go against AJ, I just trust the beat. I mean, he's one of the best in the game, so I know he would get good work. So every chance I get to go against him, I'm just going to compete and try to raise the bar.
Isaiah Rodgers breaks up a pass from Jalen Hurts intended for A.J. Brown touchdown. Darius Slay breaks up a pass intended for a Smitty touchdown. Jalen Carter was reportedly ragdolling Mekhi Becton. That can't bode, too well, man. Brandon Lee Gotton tweets that he's seeing a lot more play action roll out with Jalen Hurts in the red zone than we're used to seeing. So I think the red zone defense is going to be especially better and much more improved for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. So, we're on schedule if you ask me. People like to take, training camp stuff out of context and say things like, well, it's just training camp. Well, Jalen Hurts was supposed to have a hard time grasping the concept of this offense. It was supposed to be a bit of a learning curve, but I think this offense is in sync. It's in sync. When you read reports like 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, you start to get the notion that the defense is just completely getting taken advantage of and Jalen Hurts is having his way. And the average consumer would say, well, we need to worry about the defense as Jalen Hurts is doing whatever he's doing. No, the defense is flying around. The defense is playing well. You know what I mean? They're getting pass breakups and things of that nature. The only issue is Jalen Hurts ain't turning over the ball. So you really can't say he's struggling. You know what I mean? Surgical with 6 touchdowns, man. At the end of the day, man, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to always try to do better and get better. That's one staple of being, a Howie Roseman, controlled franchise or you know what I'm trying to say, man. Just having Howie Roseman as your GM always puts you in a position to excel. And I think there's a bit of a weakness in the depth category with the offensive line. So I think the Philadelphia Eagles tried to, address that. So the Eagles did have a roster move today. They signed offensive lineman Nick Gates and they released cornerback Mario Goodrich. Mario Goodrich was probably going to be a practice squad guy, whatever it was. At one point, I think Mario Goodrich signed the biggest deal for a non-drafted free agent. So the Eagles had high hopes for him, but he never really stood out and made a name for himself. So We get some more depth at the offensive line position. You know, we have some guys getting hurt, banged up, got tweaks. You know, Tyler Steen, Lane Johnson. We're starting to see the defense get a little more traction when the offensive line has to shuffle and make things happen, but it's still not wavering what Jalen Hurts is out there doing. Jalen Hurts is still out there willing and dealing, or whatever the case may be. But yo, man, I'm enjoying, and I'm just simply enjoying this team and the way that they're performing and the way that they're preparing and things of that nature. Jalen Hurts is going to continue to take these steps and continue to get better, in my opinion, but it's still practice at the end of the day. I don't know if he was hitting. It's a lot of reports, man. Dudes was out there getting physical. Gardner Johnson put a hit on Saquon. Saquon got it in the end zone. You know what I mean? But the things that I'm hearing about Kellen Moore and implementing some of this motion and the bootlegs and things of that nature, play action is going to be a big part. I expect the Philadelphia Eagles to be absolutely 100% a different team in the red zone. We struggled with that last year under, a slew of different offensive coordinators. We struggled with that, and we got to get better with that. So, like I said, it is what it is, man. We're going to see how this thing unfold, but I think Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts are developing a beautiful relationship, and I think the touchdown passes and things of that nature will go up for Jalen Hurts this year. But let me know what you think in the comments, man.